Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's Monday Mojo, first time live Monday Mojo on YouTube. So I'm hoping everybody's going to join me. Got 2 people in with me already. That's good. So I got my tools at the ready. My camera's being funny. I'll change those settings once we get doing demos. But for now, I'll leave it like this. You've got a lovely view of all my mess. Willow is trying to join us. Get downstairs, Willow. Go on. There you go. I've got a barricade at the top of the stairs so she can't get in this workroom. It would be absolute carnage if she could get in here. Anyway, how is everybody? How are you all doing? It's that weekend before Christmas, isn't it? Not quite the last weekend before Christmas, but I'm sure it was a really busy one, trying to squeeze in all the last minute shopping, getting the house ready. What else would you be doing? Visiting family. No craft fairs, I don't imagine. A bit late for that. But let me know what you've been up to this weekend. Good morning, Abby. Oh, look at this. Let's hope. So, if you might be new to me here, or completely new to me here, because I've not done this on live on YouTube before, but you may have come over from a link that I put in Crow's Mojo. So just in case you don't know who I am, no idea, I'm going to start from scratch. I'm Gemma Crow. I am a jewellery designer, maker, crafter, creative confidence coach, author, presenter, teacher, all those things. I do a bit of everything. I work with most mediums. Good morning, Claire. You're in Birmingham seeing Culture Club. Oh, you're always somewhere watching something and me at the same time, even my wedding. Yeah, so that's me. I've been doing this for about 15 years. So I've been making jewelry for about 15 years, and sort of had a career presenting and teaching for about 12 years. So currently I'm in my loft at home, which has sort of been a bit of a dumping ground and studio for the last year or so, because I've had a bit of a break, and so I'm still getting organised, but we're getting there. I've got bits of art over there because I have a little stint doing that as well. I've got all making stuff over here, but I've recently made a return and a few changes. So I have a group called Crow's Mojo on Facebook, which is where any of my followers from Jewellery Maker TV, Charmers Gems, Spoilt Rotten Beads, Bead and Design Magazine, anyone that's found me, it comes over to Crow's Mojo, and that's where I engage generally with that cohort of people that follow, and where people engage with each other as well. So sharing makes, getting advice, and for the last few years, we've done a weekly Mojo called Monday Mojo. And that's evolving and changing. However, Facebook can be a bit tricky and is very inclusive. So if I do a video there, that's it. I can't go anywhere else. And so I've just decided to change to do my videos on YouTube. And then hopefully what that will do is catch more people, encourage more people to come into Crow's Mojo and join there, but also it means that I can save the videos and post them on different platforms. Whereas when I make a video on Facebook, that's it. It stays in that group, doesn't go anywhere else, and it's hard to share it out. So this is the plan. Also, the other problem with Facebook and sometimes Instagram is that Meta sometimes doesn't show me any messages. And so people can be chatting away to me, asking me questions, trying to engage while watching a live, and I just will not see the messages, or it's glitchy between the two. And so hopefully being on YouTube will solve all of those problems and help me spread the love a bit more and the inspiration. Right, so what are Monday Mojos? So Monday Mojos are, wouldn't have missed that. No, I know you wouldn't, Claire. I'm just having a quick break before getting back to sanding Artex off walls. Oh, you poor thing. You poor thing. We have the ugliest ceilings in this house. So I know they were all the rage at one point, and they're beautifully done and masterfully done, and I can appreciate the skill. However, I'm not a fan of Artex, as in like the patterns. So I can actually cope much better with random Artex. We've got random Artex up here. I don't mind it. But when it's a pattern, it drives me mad, because if it's not perfect, it throws me right off. And also I spend hours looking at it, wondering where they started. And it can keep me awake. It does. It drives me mad. So yeah, you go and get rid of that Artex, Claire. I don't blame you at all. Yeah, sometimes the best thing to do is just go over it, but that's a whole new skill set, isn't it? My camera. The only problem I found so far with YouTube, excuse my hand in the way, is that you can't check your camera angles before you start. So it's all blurry. So I didn't know what on earth you'd be looking at. It turns out you're just looking at a load of alcohol inks and a pile of paintings over there, which are packed up and ready to move when the move happens. So yeah, there's a bit going on at the moment. Right, who else is in with me? I got a few names at the top, but I got no comments. So I'm pretty sure it's a lot like, I can put a love heart. I'm pretty sure it's a lot like Facebook, if you're used to that, where you can send emojis, you can comment and chat, and hopefully I can see those a lot easier. So there you go, I can see an emoji. So if you're in with me, please just say hi, and then at least I know who's in. Because at the moment, I only know that Abby and Claire are in. And even when you send me emojis, it doesn't tell me who you are. So I'd love to know who I'm talking to. Who's that? Somebody else. Helen. Hello. Morning. Took me a while. I'm here with you. Thank you for these sessions. Oh, you're welcome, Helen. You're very welcome. Jerry, hello. Nice to see you. Thank you for saying hello. That's it. Now I know you're here. Ashley, hi. Francis, hi. Hey, that's better. Good. So yeah, I just explained who I am, what I do, why I do it. So I actually didn't say why I do it. So why do I do Monday Mojo? Right, Monday Mojo came about because I have lots of students, and it's Facebook pages and business pages aren't really the right place to engage after a session's finished. And so Crow's Mojo allows me to stay in touch with everybody and see the work that's produced, because there's nothing better as a teacher or demonstrator to see what you've worked so hard on producing for other people, to inspire other people, and then not getting to see it. And so Crow's Mojo allows that. It allows that engagement and me to see how those designs or those ideas have transpired and been evolved, etc. So that is one reason Crow's Mojo exists. The other reason is a lot of students love a tutorial in the start of their journey. I love tutorials, and that's how you get started and how you learn. But how you evolve after that is something that's not really taught. It's something that's developed. And so I hope that through Crow's Mojo and these Monday Mojo sessions that I can encourage your creativity and help you stay motivated. And if you've lost your mojo, get it back. Hence Crow's Mojo. And as most of you who know me know, that I'm pretty much full of mojo all the time. Not all the time. There are dips, and then you guys help me get back on track. But it's nice to sometimes share what's made me creative this week, or what's inspired me this week, and hope it might inspire you too. Would love some advice when wrapping a cab. How do you bring the sides together at the top neatly and nicely? So when you've got all those wires and they come together at the top, how do you stop them from doing this? So there's one, I'll give you one idea. I do run workshops on that, Helen, so you can jump on a live workshop at some point. But how do you do it? So what I find is there's a few ways. You can do a temporary wrap on each shoulder. So as the wires come together, see what I've got here. See if this, let's see, I'm going to have the problem with this until I change it. Can you see where those shoulders are? They come together. I've got some wraps in the shoulders before it becomes the bail. So bend the wires up as if you're going to make a bail, and then you can do some temporary wraps. You can remove them after. I think this one I must have left them in. You can remove them after, but that will keep them all parallel, and then wrap the bail, and then remove those. The alternative is use something like a masking tape or washi tape. That will also help to keep those wires together and prevent them from doing that, because that's when you bring them together, they can tend to tessellate or overlap, and then they get a bit tangled. So there's a couple of ideas. I hope that helps, Helen. I just did a caboche and set workshop on Thursday afternoon. I had 3 absolutely gorgeous women in there who all hit it off and had a great time nattering. In fact, they nattered so much that we had to really rush the last we did 2 cab wraps, and we had to rush the last one, go through it quite quickly, because everybody was just having too much of a good time nattering and getting to know each other. So yeah, but it will be running again, because I've had a few people that wanted to do it and couldn't make it on that day. So I'll put it in again, Helen. Hopefully you'll see it. So in case you don't know, my website is www.gemmacrow.com, and from there you will find a drop down menu in the top left hand corner, and you can go to workshops, books, tutorials. Eventually there'll be videos, a library, so I'll be able to say this video covers this and this, and be a library so that you can search those. And you'll also find links to my books. So I have 2 books. One's called Creative Confidence for the Jewelry Maker. This one right here. It's going to be the wrong way around. Oh no, it's not the right way around. I don't know if I'm just so used to it I can read it the right way around, if it is actually the right way around. It's the right way around, isn't it? Creative Confidence for the Jewelry Maker, a daily guide for your jewelry making journey. And this book takes you on a 12-week journey through the principles of design. So the principles of design are the same whether you are making jewelry or whether you are designing a house, decorating your Christmas tree, getting dressed in the morning, making a painting, whatever. Any creative visual art has the principles of design in it. So there's 12 of those, and this book takes you practically through those principles whilst practicing your jewelry making. So it will ask you in the week 1 to focus on colour for the week, and you'll look at jewelry through the eyes of somebody. Well, you look at the world actually through the lens of colour, and then the next week you'll look at the world through the lens of line, shape and form, then texture, then symmetry, asymmetry, all of those 12 principles. You've done the course that went with the book, and it was amazing. I learned so much. Yeah, a lot of people benefit from the course because it gives you a group. It makes you accountable to it as well, because I know what it's like. You start a course and you're on your own doing it, and you're just not accountable to anyone. You don't have that date. Or if you're dieting, ever been on a diet on your own, and you know, you think, well, nobody will know if I cheat. But then if you join a slimming club and you know you're going in every week to weigh in and talk about what you've done, then you tend to, you know, participate a lot more in the journey, don't you? So the course sort of helps with that as well. But basically the way it's laid out, so it takes you 12 weeks. The first every day you have a small task. Now, some tasks are 5 minutes. Some tasks are something that you stay conscious of through the day, and then monitor how you feel about it. So that, you know, that's it. And there's some weird and wonderful ones, so you have to be open-minded for some of them. It helps you to look at your designs and decide, you know, what your strengths are, where your strengths are. Are they in color? Is it in texture? Is it in composition? And it helps you develop your personal style as a designer. So it's had some lovely reviews. People have really loved it and engaged with it. I lived the book. It's pretty much how I keep my mojo going, is through these tasks, I do them naturally. So I just sort of try to compile them into an organized way to help other people do the same thing, because I never seem to run out of ideas, and it's because I have confidence to try them out and I know the rules. And so it helps, because, you know, they don't always go right, but that's okay. It's all learning. And hopefully that's what the book does. So there's this book, and there also is another book. This one's a physical book, and the other book is a digital download. So you can have it instantly, which I love. And of course, you can print it out yourself if you prefer a paper copy. And that one is all about creating jewelry. So it's 10 chunky wirework projects to do it in a weekend. So they're all quick, simple projects. You can evolve them however you like, but they take you through various techniques using thicker, chunkier wire. So hammering, riveting, what else is in there? Doing patinas on copper. So they're all big chunky pieces, statement jewelry mainly, but ones that you can do really quickly. So that's a nice book. There's 10 projects in there, and that is on the website at the moment. It's £19.99. In fact, they're both £19.99. So £2 a tutorial, but you get videos to go with it as well. So there's links in there to the videos. You want number 6? Abby, you loved the course and made loads and worked hard on it. You did. You've got a whole folder to refer to now, haven't you, if you ever get stuck for an idea? You got to crack on. Okay, Claire, well, you go and crack on. I've taken your number down, number 6 for Claire today. So Claire is telling me she would like box number 6. So the other thing we do on a Monday is it's fairly new and it's going well, so I'm going to keep doing it, is we do a mini mystery make. So instead of me preparing a tutorial every week, what I do is I get you to choose. Abby's going for 5 again. No surprises there, Abby. It's a good one in number 5. So yeah, so mini mystery make. Stay on track, Gem. Stay on track. You know, you'll see this about me. I do go off a little bit. So if you are new and you've not been with me before on YouTube, I do sometimes go off on a bit of a tangent. So mini mystery make is, I've got 10 boxes down here in front of me. I'll just lift them up, show you, so you know they're little boxes like this. And each of them have a demonstration in which take you through a technique. So they're really technique based, but they often are little starter projects for you to hopefully evolve. So it's a bit like a finish me project, you know. I give you the basics and then you decide how you're going to put that into your work. But it also might talk you through some of those pitfalls you might encounter. And so that's what I thought. And it's nice, it's engaging, you can choose. And I just run it on a vote system. So there are 10 boxes. So what I need you to do in the comments is write down which box you would like me to open today. Last week we made little safety pins, not safety pins, like nappy pins. I just chucked them in here earlier because I needed to replace something in the box. So I'll show you what we made last week. So if you want to catch up on last week's video, it's over in Crow's Mojo, and we made these little pins, which are great for you know, making brooches or quick makes. You can embellish them, add to them, stitch them onto the back of other things. But it's nice to be able to make your own, because then you can make whatever size you want to go with your project. This is my ring's turning around. It just wants to be seen. Look at that. I don't know if I've really shown you it properly. That's my engagement ring and my now wedding ring. So those of you who don't know, I got married 3 weeks ago to the absolute love of my life. And a big part of what keeps my mojo alive. Oh, Chris, if everybody knows Chris, he's lovely. Oh, I'll come back to the comments in a minute. Yeah, so that's my ring. It's a zircon, by the way. It's a pink zircon. So Chris very cleverly remembered what my favorite stone was and searched high and low to find, in fact it was made for me, so to find me a pink zircon. They're very happy with that. Very beautiful. You did very well. So yeah, put in the comments numbers 1 to 10, and then I will pick the box with the most votes, and that's the demo we'll do. Okay, so what have I got here? What have I missed? You got me going on jewelry making years ago. Oh, Jerry. Yes, I remember. Well, gosh, there's so many people that I've reacquainted with as well recently. So yeah, I know my time working on Jewelry Maker was wonderful. I got to be so creative and work with so many mediums that I think there was bound to be something that would spark interest for someone. Now I'm mainly now working with copper and leather. So copper wire, copper metal and leather. And that's going to be sort of my main thing now. Although I do miss doing a bit of seed bead, and it's just hard to find time. I think I'm going to have to do that as a hobby. Because yeah, like instead of a jigsaw, I'll seed bead. There's a similar sort of feel to it, isn't there? And what else have I got here? Linda, good morning, Gemma. Good morning, Linda. I had problem with getting on YouTube, but seems to be okay now. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you're here. You found me. Hopefully, as it becomes more regular and normal, then it'll be easy. The lovely thing is I can schedule in advance. I can put that I'm coming live and get all the videos ready. And I even can film like a preview, you know, like a little advert. So I might do that at the end of today. See if I can film a little advert to advertise next week's. But please share the link. Please share it with your friends. Let's get many people involved. The more people we have, the more conversation we get, the more questions, the more inspiration. We just feed off each other, don't we? That creative energy pulses through us. And even though we're online, I still can feel that. I don't know about you, but even though we do these things online, I can still feel that energy. I still get a lovely buzz from teaching online and talking and conversing and sharing ideas and what's getting us creative this week. Let me write these numbers down. I've lost my little sheet of paper. Start a new one. Got so much stuff over here as well to show you. So that's the other thing I'll do, is I'll show you what I'm up to and what I'm making. And sometimes it might be that you can say, oh, Jem, I love that. Can we have a workshop on it? And I might then be able to do a workshop on that, or a little live or something. Right, what have we got? We had a 6 for Claire, didn't we? A 5 for Abby. A 4 for Jerry. A 3 for Helen. Oh, blimey. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. Kilt pins, that's it. That's the word, Jerry. Kilt pins. Leather, what have I missed? You haven't missed anything. I'm secretly squirreling away with leather, Abby. Secretly squirreling away with it. So you haven't missed anything. I promise. What have I been doing with leather? I don't think I've got anything right here to show you. This week, so I finished my other job until the new year. So it means I've got more time this week to get this place sorted. Because I had about a year and a half, 18 months off of jewelry making altogether, pretty much. I did the odd bit here and there for presents and stuff, but not doing any teaching or Mojo. And so this room up here, as with any spare room in any house, I'm sure you'll know, just gets things put in it because nobody's using it, and the washing gets dried up here and blah, blah, blah. And so it has got in a bit of a tangle. So I do need to focus a bit of energy on getting sorted and getting rid of some things that I'm just not going to use now, or, you know, be a bit ruthless. I did one lot of ruthless clearing just before I got fully on the go, and you guys bought it all. So that was great. But yeah, have you shown Chris's wedding gift off yet? I haven't. But it's downstairs. I will show it off. I will show it off. Yeah. So the wedding gift I made Chris was, I used silver clay and there's something I don't usually do. So I'm not don't usually use it, so it's a new medium to me. And I made him, so Scottish, Chris is Scottish, not Scottish Christish. Chris is Scottish, born in Scotland, and so I made him a thistle tie pin and cufflinks. And then I managed to get hold of 3 pink zircons, which I was really very lucky to get hold of. So I managed to get hold of 3 pink zircons, not quite the same as this, because this is a bit, it's superior to what I managed to find. But I managed to find 3. So I set those into the cufflinks, into the head of the thistle. One's the tie pin and cufflinks, and he was very thrilled with them. I can see all the flaws because obviously I'm pretty new to it. I've done a workshop with Tracy Spurgeon, who is the queen of silver clay and just absolutely amazing. So if you don't know Tracy Spurgeon, Craft Works, she's absolutely amazing. So it's Craft and Works with an X, and she's just what she can do with silver clay is just unbelievable. She's so talented and a brilliant teacher. So I did a couple of workshops with Tracy, but it was years ago, and it certainly really didn't give. I wasn't confident going into doing it on my own, but I had a go. It would have been an expensive mistake if it didn't work, but what can you do? I knew he'd love the thought, so I felt confident in having a go. But yeah, so I'll show you that another time. Come on then, I need more numbers, I need more votes for the boxes, because at the moment I have 4 boxes chosen but 1 vote for each, so I don't have a clear winner just yet. Let me show you. So tonight, everybody, I will be live on Instagram with some fantastic gemstones, some of my favorite gems I've ever worked with, which is the Druzy agates. I just am in love. I literally could make all jewelry in the future with them. I love them. So I will be bringing a load of those back with me. Another 6 for Ashley. Well done. Thank you. So I'll just do another one there. That's good. So 6 is in the lead. And yeah, so I'll be there this evening with Charmers Gems on Instagram live, and I will have some amazing gems and lots of little demos, because we're thinking it's so close to Christmas. If you have it, you've probably finished your making, you're probably on top. Not if you're like me, you haven't, you'll still be looking for things to do and make, because I'm a last minute person. And also, you never know who's going to walk through the door at Christmas, do you? And you want everybody to spend, well, if the door's open at Christmas, like pretty much anybody can. And if they turn up and you haven't got anything for them and you're giving out presents, you want something, don't you? So sometimes what I do is I just have little bags, little organza bags on the tree, and I put them on the tree, and then somebody comes in, I'm not expecting, or it's a surprise visit. I'll say, just go and pick a little bag off the tree, and there's a little gift. And so tonight is showing you lots of those little makes. Plus things that you might not have thought of, like for the Christmas table, but they're all things that take a small amount of time. I also have something free that I'm going to launch this evening that you can be able to access from my website, that I'm hoping will encourage people over to my website to have a look, and also come and get something free. So some free little downloads going on there. Won't say too much about it. I'll be telling you all about it tonight at the 6 o'clock Instagram live over with Marie at Charmers Gems. Mary Lynette, hello Mary, and congratulations on your marriage. Wishing you lots of love and happiness on your new adventure. And a number 6 for Mary. Okay, yes, thank you, Mary. There is lots of love and joy and happiness in this house. We're still very excited. We still haven't really come down off of our wedding cloud. It's lovely, and it's nice because we're starting, people are starting. I think people leave you alone after the wedding, don't they? They leave you alone. You're like, no, please message me all your photos, and please send me all your thoughts about it, because we still, absorbing all the lovely feedback and how much people had such a great time, which was the plan, was to just make it the most loveliest weekend for us, but also for our friends and family. So lots of thought went into the little things, the little touches for people. And so it's lovely when you hear people saying, oh, it was wonderful, it was lovely, we had such a nice time, and we met so many lovely people. So yeah, so but we're now getting to the point where we're starting to see people again after the wedding, and people are contacting us, or we're bumping into them at Christmas events, and we're getting to relive it again with other people, because I think Chris and I have exhausted every angle of the wedding talking about it. So it's nice to get new angles and new photos, and hopefully we'll have our professional photos soon. So there were in excess of 3,000 for the photographer Che to edit. So she's going to be busy, so we don't want to pressure her, but at the same time, hurry up, Che, because I really want to see them. So but yeah, we're still having a lovely time and enjoying the aftermath of the wedding. What else? Oh yeah, I was going to show you. Let me show you a few of the bits that I've got for you tonight. So you may have seen some videos out. Thanks, Jerry. So these, can you see these? There's loads missing because I've used loads. So these are a pack of tumble stones that you'll be able to get. Please don't get them till tonight. If you get them during the show, then I get paid. If you get them now, I don't. So I'm going to be completely honest. So yeah, these are some tumble stones, and you get a massive pack of them. In fact, you can choose the size of the pack. So it comes in a variety of packs. I think this is the smaller one, but so many. So I thought, right, what can we do to use these tumble stones? Because as much, I think most people use them as a decorative items, like in a bowl on the table, or use them for their properties. If you enjoy the metaphysical side of the properties of gemstones, people use them for that. But I thought, well, how can we make good value out of them and help you to use them to create jewelry? So I have designed a cage for the gemstones. There's a cage for I've designed this cage for the gems that you can interchange them. Okay, and my free download tonight is to go with this. So that's a little clue. So you can interchange. So you can just take the cord off, and that allows the fastening to open, and then you can change the gemstone. So you could gift something like this or sell something like this with several gemstones, and they could be personalized to that person. So if it's to help with courage, communication, attracting love, you can put gemstones that sort of are for those purposes for people, and you can have it in a little pack, which is nice. So that's my favorite one tonight that I'm going to share. That's cool. And you don't have to be amazing at wire work to do that, I promise. And then the other setting is for, where is it? Where are you? Oh, here they are. The other setting I'm going to show you tonight at 6 o'clock, live on Instagram, Charmers Gems. I keep saying it, so just in case. Oh, you just found me, Karen. That cage looks amazing. Oh, well, the great thing, Karen, is we're on YouTube. It means I can save the video and I can share it, so you can catch up on all the bits at the beginning. But I'm glad you found me. So, and then here is the other cage setting I'm going to be showing you. And this is not a wirework setting. So Marie sells, Charmers Gems, Marie sells a variety of these beautiful gemstone hearts, but because they're not drilled, and you know, they're more like palm stones, they're not drilled, then, you know, if you're not a wire worker or a silversmith, then it's hard to know how to set them right. So I've designed a couple of cages for you to set random shaped gems and then heart shaped gems, and this setting will work on other shapes, but this is what I will be showing you tonight. Okay, so I'll be teaching you how to make this. So that's exciting. Plus, there are hundreds of other makes. I mean, I put a little post up with lots of on there. There are keychains, there are keyring designs. This is this is a heart again, but this is, I won't be showing this. This is more just to sort of give inspiration. So that's the lovely heart in there. That's set a cab setting. So there's that one. What else? I'll just show you very quickly. Oh, there's this. This is at your street, Abby. There's one for you. There's a few sort of avant-garde designs, because it wouldn't be me without having a bit of a quirky design with it. This one is on leather cord, and it's a lariat style piece, and I'm using the druzy agates as the catch for the lariat. So it just is a lark's head knot with some leather, and then I've just put some gems and things on the end of those, just bits and bobs, anything that will go through the hole in the druzy agate. So yeah, that's a firm favorite for me. I'm just loving the druzy agate, and I love a lariat design anyway, because it means you can lengthen and shorten it as you like. But there's other ways you can wear it too. So you can wear it like the lariat, just like that, but also you can wear it with the druzy at the center, pass the two ends round. And I'm terrible at this because it's like doing it in a mirror. I never know which way to go. It doesn't matter how many times I do it, I can't get used to it. So you can wear it like that, and then you can pop two ends through it, one that side and one that side. And although I'm using things that we're not selling on the show, these are all stuff that you sort of build up in a stash, and you've probably got lying around, and you can just make it up. There's no rules. So yeah, there's the ends, and you can wear this like that too, which is also a funky way of doing it. And again, you can lower it, lengthen it, shorten it. So I'll show you there. Like a 12 days of Christmas jumper today. There you go. So a few things to show you tonight, and I can talk you through them. What I might do, oh thanks Jerry, what I might do is show you how to create the cord ends, just in case you do want to use leather cord, because also I find when you're selling gemstone jewelry and it's for the sake of the gemstone, you tend not to get too complicated with the design, because it's all about the gemstone. And also it's more cost effective if you're selling to have a simple design that you can reproduce over and over. And so oftentimes when I do a gemstone cabochon, then I just pop it on a leather cord, because it suspends nicely, and it's easy to wear, can be worn casually. And so I might show you how to do a cord end tonight as well, but we'll see. We've got some wine glass charms, we've got earrings, we've got rings. I've got a lush ring to show you. I'll save that. Really lovely ring to show you. Very, very, very simple. Right, what is that? I loved your last demo on Charmers Gems. Yeah, we did experience a few difficulties with the live at the end, because we ran out of battery. So we did have a few problems, but we won't make that same mistake again tonight. It will be all ready and sorted, and we'll be plugged in and stay live. So I hope you can join me over there. A couple of demos, hopefully really useful for you, plus access to some free stuff on my website. Stunning, says Abby. Thought you'd like the leather one, Abby. Can you remember if it was you who did the labradorite shell with twirly vine bits necklace on gem? Yes, it was me, Karen. I love that necklace. I think I've still got that necklace. Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it? And that labradorite was gorgeous. It was really pretty. Oh, thanks, Jerry. I'm glad you liked it. Yes, it was me, and there is a picture of it somewhere, but I'm pretty sure I still got that. I don't think I put it in a lucky dip. If I did, somebody got a very lucky dip. So yeah, if you don't know about lucky dips, I sell lucky dips. Basically, lots of the jewelry, I just don't have time to sell it, so a lot of the time it just goes in bags, and then I randomly select one. So I sell lucky dips for £10 a bag, and you just don't know what you're going to get in there. You might get a luxurious wirework piece, you might get a textile piece, you might get a leather piece, but you'll get something. And even if and good gemstones, because I have good gemstones. So that's I don't know if there's any left on the website. I've got some, but I don't know if I've got any listed on the website. I'll have a look. I made that. You made that one. Oh, I would love to see it, Karen. Well, if you've still got it and you've got a picture of it, pop it in Crow's Mojo. Yeah, go over into Crow's Mojo and share it in there. I can smell food. I think they're cooking breakfast without me downstairs. Right, shall we? We're 40 minutes in, waffled away. Hopefully you know exactly what we do here now and who I am and what I'm up to. And I think most of you already did. But it's been lovely doing it this way because I can see the comments so easily. Oh, it's great. It's great. Right, will do. Never as good as yours, love. Well, I'm sure it is, but I still want to see it. And we're our own worst critics, aren't we? I could look at that piece and see a million mistakes. So never feel underconfident to share, because it's really good for you to share. It's good for your confidence to share. I think a lot of people in creative confidence found that, actually, that one of the things that helped them most was not being afraid to share their work and their progress and show mistakes, because doing that helps somebody else feel confident about the mistakes they make too. We're so used to seeing perfection all the time, aren't we? And most of it's edited. Most of that perfection that we see is just a slant on it. So when you see somebody is taking a picture of their beautiful Christmas tree, well, they haven't showed you all the plug sockets behind that look messy, or or the bit of glue that's holding one of the arms of the tree. And can you tell I'm talking about my tree? Yeah, so we always see what people want us to see, the best bits, and that can actually be so demotivating. So sometimes it's good to show the flaws as well, because it makes you feel human and normal, and that you haven't got all this massive expectation to live up to. But they say comparison is the thief of joy. Is that right? Is that the phrase? Comparison is the thief of joy. Is the something like that? Something like that. But basically, it's if you constantly comparing yourself, your work, your house, your kids, your family, your body, your face, your jewelry, your art, comparing it to other people all the time, it's a thief of your joy for that thing, whether it's yourself or whatever you've made. Flaws make it unique, absolutely. Yeah, you don't want it perfect, really. I'm really bad at sharing. What, your sweets, Jane, or just your pictures? Because yeah, you don't have to share chocolate and sweets and wine. No, you can keep those. In fact, sharing is the thief of joy for those. But yeah, share creativity is fuel. Sharing is fuel for other people, and fueling other people fuels you. So it's good. Share. That's okay. That's our takeaway from today. A sharing day. Share your makes. Share your mistakes. They're never as bad as you think they are. Love using copper, but limited experience. Wow, even better. Show the start of your journey. It's so great to look back at the start of your journey. I look back at my first website. It was called Adorn Jewellery. That's what my business was called when I set out to sell, not to teach. Adorn Jewellery. And I look back and I think, oh my goodness me, I put that out to sell. I would never do it now. But it was the start of my jewellery, and the people that own those pieces love them. It's just I've evolved. Some things I've got better at, some things I've just stopped doing. But it's the journey is what counts, and enjoying it. My makes, you have no chance with my chocolate. Yeah, no chance, not a chance. Right, so what have I got? I have 3 votes for number 6. So I am going to pick box number 6. Here it is. I'm going to put the other boxes away. I'm sorry you can't see. I haven't numbered them, so you think I might be cheating, but I'm not. It's just that they're down here in front of me, and I don't want to wiggle the camera around until I'm ready. And I have them laid out. Row 1 is 1 to 5, and then 6 to 10. Okay, so I didn't cheat, promise. I did pick number 6 because I had 3 votes for number 6. You've got some of my early work and love it, Abby. You haven't got the early work because I don't think that exists anymore. I don't know where it went. And I did sell a lot actually in the early days. Perhaps I should go back to doing it like that. But I also didn't sell it for very much. So, okay, shall we see what mini make we've got today? I can see I'm probably going to have to go and raid my drawer for stash because I don't have everything to hand. But here it is. We are going to make a mini ring, a little spinny ring. Okay, so this is the most simple version. I will sort of extend it a little bit so we get a bit more from the demonstration today. But a little ring, very, very quick, easy, simple, 5-minute make. But really effective and great for using up your last bits and bobs of strands, or also great Christmas cracker gifts, right? So you can just chuck these in a Christmas cracker, or this is the sort of thing that you might put in a little bag on the Christmas tree for those unexpected guests. Sylv, here you are. Sorry, can't be with you this morning on the train to Nottingham. Oh, have a lovely day in Nottingham. But you're here. You said hello, so that's nice. Thanks, Sylv. The lovely Sylv was on the workshop last week. We had a great, in fact, she was on 2 workshops last week. We had a busy week. Yes, so we're going to make this. So this one, I'm going to do that. I'm going to change the camera settings when I go down to do the demo, so don't worry. This one is, I think it's a black obsidian in there, or black agate. It's using a 1.25 or 1.5 millimeter wire. So with really simplistic designs like this, you want to go up a gauge with your wire. So up to thicker wires, otherwise it won't hold. So a thicker wire like a 1.5 would be ideal. I've got 1 gemstone. It doesn't really matter about the size, and we'll talk about the size and how to navigate that with your ring size as we go. And then you can see I've got some 0.4 or 0.6 wire depending on the size of your stone. And I've got 2 bead caps here. Not essential, but they do neaten things up. So you don't have to have a bead cap, but it does make it nice and neat and tidy. So that's what we're going to make this morning. So bear with me while I put the camera into the right place, change the settings so that it doesn't keep going in and out of focus. And I'll go and find some bead caps, unless I've got a little, no I haven't. There were some on my desk earlier. No, they're not there. Right, I'm going to move the camera. Bear with me. It's one of these wobbly wibbly ones. So let's put it there. I'm going to... So I'll put that there so you can have a look. I'm just going to grab some bead caps. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves, folks. Now, this is when I have to work out, how did I categorise things? Did I put bead caps and in with end caps? Oh, I did. I think I did. This is my organisation. It's not very organised at all. One of my jobs for the week ahead. So it's more organised than just being empty in a big heap, but it's not organised, and right, that'll do. I'm going to just use these because I can get my hands on them. I don't want you waiting forever for me. So I've got some couple of varieties there. And then a gemstone. So let's go in the gemstone box and have a little search. Let's go for something. I'm going to go for something around a 10mm size. You can use faceted or plain round, but you can use other irregular shapes as well, but it will take a bit more practice. So I would say go for a round on your first go through, and then change it up as you get more confident or want to try out new shapes. I've got a nice rutile there. So there's all sorts. It's dangerous, isn't it, going through your bead suits. You always find some beauties. Oh, that's a nice rutile. There we go. Okay, so gemstone, a bead cap. Let's see if these are too big. Yeah, they're a bit big, those. You can always make those smaller in a dapping block, and that's up to you. If you've got a dapping block, and you can make your bead caps a bit smaller. I've got those as well, so let's see what they look like. They're probably a bit small, so we'll go with those. Oh, that bacon smells, if you could smell it, it just smells so good. Okay, and then some 1mm wire, 1.5mm wire. You can tell this is all definitely. I don't prepare in advance because I can't prepare for all 10, but I have generally roughly everything around me. Right, so I have a ring mandrel which will help me get the correct size. I've got my 1.5mm wire, basic toolkit. So you will want some round nose pliers, some chain nose pliers, and some cutters. Okay, and that should do us. If you want to strengthen this ring a bit more, then you can hammer it. Use a block and a hammer, but today we'll just keep it nice and simple, and then you can evolve it how you want. Unfortunately, I have to go, Jerry. Oh, I'm sorry, but catch up later. Yeah, so the demo will all be the video will all be linked on YouTube to watch whenever you want, but also I will link it over into Facebook as well. Right, so I'm just going to do the settings on this camera so it doesn't keep going out of focus for us. It'll just take me a couple of seconds to go in here. Oh, yes, here we go. Where is it? Webcam system settings. Here we go. Right, so I'm going to put this here. See how the focus is. Unfortunately, the system settings are actually underneath where I want to do the controls. Focus, and if we focus it about there, that should do us. Let's apply that. Okay, right, there we go. So hopefully it won't be going in and out now, and we can stay focused around here. Right, so first things first, we want to make sure that the wire that we're going to use to attach the gemstone goes through the bead. So I've got I'm going to go with a 0.4. It's very safe. If you're working with pearls, you might find it difficult, and I would say it's not a good idea to do any sort of fastening of gemstones with anything less than 0.4, particularly in a ring where it's going to get a lot of wear. So I would say 0.4 is probably at least the lowest gauge, right? Oh, sorry. Is probably the lowest gauge you want to work with. So 0.4 to wrap the gem. Just check it goes through. I don't think we'll have any problem with that. Goes through fine. And then yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to take my 1mm wire, a 1.5mm wire, and I'm just going to run it through my fingers to straighten it out. It's been a bit wrinkly in the box, so I'm just going to straighten it out so that we can get it nice and smooth. Okay, if you struggle to do that with your fingers, then you can use some nylon jaw pliers and draw the wire through a few times to iron out any kinks. Okay, and then this bit on the end, I'm just not going to try and navigate that. It's, you know, it's a bit wonky, so I'm just going to cut it off. Okay, just get rid of it. And now I'm going to start by doing a loop on the end of this wire. So before I do anything else, I'm going to create the loop that's going to help secure our gemstone. Now we want this loop as small as we can, which is tricky when it comes to a thicker wire, because you know your tips of your pliers are probably going to struggle with the thickness. So come down a little bit to get started. So come down into the jaws of the pliers, give a good squeeze. So I'm holding really firmly, good squeeze, and start turning that loop. Okay, once we've got it so far, I can then go in with the tip of my pliers and finish the loop. So it's made it a bit smaller. Okay, so just get it started with the thicker part, and then we want to straighten this wire out. So at the moment it's a bit of a curve, so I'm just going to put my round nose pliers in because the tip gets in nice and easily, but then I'm going to strengthen that bend up with my chain nose pliers. So pop your chain nose on, give it a pinch, and just adjust that as much as you can to make it nice and neat. Now 1.25 will be easier than 1.5, but it won't be quite as strong, but you can hammer to firm it up. Okay, so now what I want to do is, before I go any further, I'm just going to hold the loop with my chain nose pliers, and I'm just going to kink it upwards. Okay, so it's just kinked upwards. That's just going to help me when it comes to adding my stone in. Okay, then I'm going to go to my ring mandrel. I'm going to decide what size I want my ring to be, but also bear in mind that the gemstone you see here is on the inside of that ring, so it's not the whole, you don't get the whole loop, so you need to go up a couple of sizes depending on the size of your gemstone. Okay, but we can come back and double check that before we do anything else. Good morning, Mandy, and good morning, Roderick. Gotta go, we'll be on Instagram. See you there this evening. Yes, see you there. Mandy, morning all. I've joined well late this morning, but I'm in time for the demo. We've been rabbiting on, Mandy, about all sorts, but I will link the video later. Okay, so we've got that there. So I'm going to go up a size and try it. So I'm just going to take the wire now around the ring mandrel. Okay, and make it a loop. All right. Get my wire out of the way. Okay, so we've got a nice loop there, and we've got this this loop at the top. It's going off slightly, so I'm just going to bring it back and give it a press. The nice thing about having that loop upwards before you start is it gives you a bit of a lever to push against, so it helps you get a nice shape. All right, then we're going to look at the gemstone and think about how much space we need for the gem. Okay, so we need that sort of much space. So it's going to, I need the bend to be about here. Okay, so you can see there's the gem. My next loop needs to start just here where my where my finger is to give enough space for that gemstone. So I'm going to take my pliers in like that. Oh, we're in. Just hold the circle however you can, hold the loop however you can. And I'm going to make a 90-degree angle. So I'm just going to pull that off to the side to make that angle. Okay. And you can again firm that up with your pliers by just biting onto the wire either side of the bend. Okay, and now we put a loop in. So now it's a bit of guesswork. Sort of guess how much wire you need for that loop. Now it's easy to cut it down and keep cutting it down. So I would say go bigger than you think to start with, and you can always nip bits off. So I'm going to go for about just over 1 centimetre there, which is plenty, but it will allow me to show you how to reduce it if you want to. Unfortunately, you can't add any on, and so it's better to start like this. Right, now I'm going to turn this loop. So again, down into the part of your pliers that are stronger. The ends won't necessarily do it, and we're going to turn a loop. So I'm going to hold it in the ends. Oh, oh, and turn the loop. Now you can see I've got far too much wire. Close that loop, it's still going to be off to the edge. So what I can do is I can come in and I can nip a bit off. Try again. So go in, turn the loop. You can see it's still a little bit far off. So you can come in to that loop and trim a little bit more off, and then come in and then close that circle up. So that's near enough. Okay, so I want to make sure that those loops are nice and closed. All right, that's good. So now, as you can see, I need to bend this one out so that it's sort of up at the same angle as that one. Okay, so I'm going to get that hold across the loop and just turn it upwards. A little bit higher up than the other one, but you take your time and finalize those loops, get them matching. Now you can see my ring's distorted a little bit now from where I've been handling it, so come back to your mandrel, put it on, and I always find take it down smaller, wrap it round, and then stretch it out. So got it smaller on the mandrel and then stretch it down, because then it will be nice and, oh sorry, I'm pushing it against I'm holding it into my chest so that I can use that to push against, but I appreciate you can't see that. So widen it till as far as you think that will fit your gemstone. Okay, and now it's made it nice and even. Okay, at this point when you've got it onto your mandrel, you can at this point tap it with a hammer onto your mandrel just to firm up the shank of the ring if you need to. And now we're going to put our gemstone in. So depending on whether you might not want to use a bead cap. Let me see, these bead caps are a bit big and these are a bit small. Do you know what I'm going to go without, but if you've got a nice bead cap you can use, and great, it does add to the design. So then we're going to just pop the bead in position, pull some 0.4 wire. I've just picked out a scrap from the box. You don't need much, probably about 20 centimeters if that, of 0.4 wire through the gemstone, and then we're going to wrap it around the ring shank. Now when you do this, make sure that you go in the direction opposite where the cut is. So you can see I've got the cut in my hoop there. Now I could probably do with closing that up a bit, so let's close it up anyway, but it's going to be vulnerable where the cut is. So when you come to wrap the opposite side, so don't wrap towards the cut, wrap away from it onto the ring shank. So just around the shoulders there, and just keep going until you decide you're happy with how many wraps you've got. And this can be based on how it looks visually or how safe and secure you want it to feel. So that's just wrapping around there. Push it up with your thumb. Okay, so I've got, what, 7 wraps on that side. So I'm going to do the same the other side. So again, make sure you go in the opposite, wrap the opposite way round the shoulders to where the cut in the loop is. Okay, and then wrap the same amount of times on this side. Go around. It's about the same. Scooch that weave up together nice and tight. Okay, now cutting your wires off. So there's a couple of things you can do. We can just cut the wire and give it a pinch in. So I'll show you that. So with a ring, usually I tell you to cut your wires on the inside of a design at the back. But because this is a ring, it's going on and off the finger, that might actually cause some damage to a finger, and we don't want that. So in this design, I'd say cut on the top and then use your chain nose pliers just to pinch that in. Okay. Now, if you're very good at glue, because it does take a bit of skill, and you would need sort of use a pin or a needle to get a tiny bit of jewelry glue and pop it underneath, that will help secure and make sure that that doesn't pull out. But you have to have a lot of finesse to get that in. Otherwise, these are just cheap and cheerful, really, these rings. And so I wouldn't get too concerned. And if you bite it down well and the wrap is nice and tight, then it's unlikely to unravel. But a bit of glue might help. I mean, the other thing you can do is before you start, you can slide on some spacer beads, and then you could slide the spacer bead up to the shoulder to cover the wrap, and that can work really well. And the other option, of course, is using a crimp cover. So if you've got some large crimp covers, some of the larger ones, you can pop that over and crimp it closed, and that will cover up the weave as well. But there you go. There's your very basic ring. And this, I'll tell you what, these are great for gemstones like, oh, what's it called? I should really think before I say, because I can't remember the name of the gemstone. The gemstone that's green and blue and it looks like the world. What's it called, everybody? Great for that, because it means you can just look all the way around the gemstone, twist it and turn it. But there you go. There's your ring. Nice and simple. Okay. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me bring you back up. We can say our goodbyes, and I can remind you to come and see me later at Charmers Gems with all the goodies and all the exciting new stuff. We welcome Sylve, all the exciting new designs and concepts and gemstones and all those things. You can come and see them all at 6 o'clock this evening, live on Charmers Gems Jewellery. Now I'm going to get busy finding a good screenshot for this video so that you can see what we made today, how it worked, and try out all the new YouTube stuff. Gem, I bought Juz last Christmas gift on Friday, GNR tickets. GNR. GNR. Guns and... Oh, did you? Wow. Oh, he'll be over the moon with that. Oh, lovely. Oh, well done. Jane, you love it. Abby, it's gorgeous. Oh, great. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad, hopefully be useful. Why not upscale it a little bit and make napkin rings? That's cool, isn't it? You could do exactly the same thing, and you can see I'm talking you through it, but it would have taken me about 3 minutes to make that if I hadn't been talking you through it. So nice and quick and easy and simple. Great for the last minute Christmas things. Right, everybody, I'm going to get going. You get better notifications. Yeah, Sylv, I think it's working. let me know. Have you enjoyed it? I'm a bit fuzzy now because I didn't change the camera settings before we start, but actually I quite like it fuzzy. I might do that ahead of next week's live. Keep it fuzzy. Right, see you all tonight then. So 6 o'clock, Charmers Gems Instagram live, loads of lovely gemstones, loads of demonstrations, and hopefully lots of inspiration too. So I'll see you all later. Have a great rest of your Monday, everybody. Bye. End stream. End.